The Nikon D5300 might be one of the best cameras you can get out there for an entry-level DSLR today. But, does it work for YouTube? Hey everybody, Alex here, and today we're looking at the Nikon D5300. This is one of my favorite cameras, and I've only owned it for a few short months, about I think 6 or 7 to be total now. Anyway, let's get right into it today. So the Nikon D5300 is roughly what they consider an entry-level DSLR. It's great by a lot of standards. It has a CMOS sensor, which is a nice size sensor for this price point. It's a 24.2 megapixels. It has a great rotating LCD screen here in the back, really awesome. Great for if you're trying to, take a selfie video like what I'm doing right now. It has a wonderful 39 phase autofocus points. It's just got a ton of really good stuff in this thing. Now, some other great things about this camera is that it does have Wi-Fi, which is awesome, and a mic jack because, well, a lot of times the audio that you get out of these cameras are terrible. So I would always encourage getting an external mic, like a Rode VideoMic Go or VideoMic Pro. Those things will help step up your audio game a ton. So all these features jam-packed, what are you getting price-wise? Well, to start off, I saw a price range anywhere between $450 all the way up in the upper $700 range. That's used versus brand new on Amazon. But for the price, you're getting a kit lens most of the time, which is 18 to 55 millimeters, 3.5 to 3.6 aperture, and it's got vibration reduction, which is what Nikon uses to kind of basically call the optical stabilization in the lens, and it takes pretty good pictures, very sharp, great feel in the hand, lots of great weight to it, and the Nikon system's been around for a long time, so there's tons of great lenses out there to adapt for this. But I'm doing this review based on the fact that I think people need to understand what this camera is great for and what it's not great for. Because when I first came into YouTube and really wanted to get into it, I got this camera because I saw lots of great reviews about how it shoots 1080p, 60 frames a second, wonderful crispy video, and it's also an amazing camera. So I thought, what could go wrong, right? And as far as the camera goes, let me tell you right off the bat, this thing is amazing. I've used this camera from everything, just from taking pictures in my front yard or on a walk with my wife and dog, to second shooting for a professional photographer who travels around the world. So this thing is really versatile, and I've gotten great shots using it for all those different things. But, and here's the big but, how does it do as a video camera? This is where I think there needs to be more talk about this camera, because it's an amazing photography camera, but it really falls short for someone who's just getting into photography and wants it to kind of double as a video camera. Now, the video that I've taken with this camera has actually turned out really good, and I love 1080p, 60 frames a second. That's awesome. But what I'm assuming in this video, like myself, you probably picked up a camera like this because you want it to be easy to use. And you are more than likely going to use autofocus when you're taking videos. Most video cameras shoot using autofocus. It's fairly standard. Our smartphones shoot video, and we just tap on the screen where we want it to focus, and we never have to worry about a thing. This guy, however, while it has autofocusing capabilities, is super noisy using autofocus, and it's constantly searching with this stock lens. Now, an easy answer could be to this whole problem, get a lens that's not stock. Go upgrade, and if you have the extra cash for it, great. But I'm assuming you're like me and you bought this camera with all of your budget money. So you don't exactly have $500 to $1,000, which is roughly what you'd have to spend, from my knowledge, to get a great autofocusing lens that doesn't have this issue. And so I'll give you a quick little sound comparison so you can kind of hear what it sounds like here. So I'm going to switch it into live view mode as if I'm taking a video. Oh, battery's kind of low, but you'll still be able to hear it, so put it up here to the mic. Do you hear that? Now, that's the autofocus sensor, but when I switch it over to video mode, that autofocus sensor is going crazy. Here, let me show you. I'm actually going to start recording a video here and see if I know if it'll focus here. Every time you go to focus it in video mode. That was shooting a live video. It has that crazy noise, and the stereo speakers on this are right up top, right here, and so it's picking it up constantly. So I went out to take my first video with this thing. I noticed that I was constantly hearing that weird annoying sound, and it killed it for me. It honestly ruined it because I wanted this to be my great, easy to use, could hand it off to my dad or my mom or my grandma and say, hey, get a video of us with this or whatever. They could pick it up, press the record button, and be good to go. But they can't. Now, to Nikon's credit, this camera has a really good, smooth manual focus. And if you're shooting with manual and you're comfortable shooting in manual, this won't be a problem for you at all. The second point I want to cover is kind of the way that it searches. Now, if you notice from my first YouTube video I posted, or 2 videos ago, I guess, because the first one technically is about some pedal review. But the first one that I posted since I started up the channel again was this guy was the one that was shooting it. It was my unboxing of the Panasonic G7 that I'm shooting on right now. And this weird thing started happening when I was going over the video. I noticed that the light was constantly changing. And I think that the camera in auto mode was constantly adjusting the ISO, which is crazy annoying because you're trying to focus on something and having the lighting change every 2 seconds is really going to throw your viewers, like you guys, for a curveball. So, all in all, Nikon D5300. What do we got? A great camera, 24.2 megapixels, takes beautiful pictures, but is it good for YouTube? Not in my opinion. If you're great at manually focusing and you're not willing to, or you're not going to use a onboard microphone or even a microphone that you would attach to the top, because I used a Video Mic Pro and it didn't work for that either. But if you're willing to use manual mode, this thing will take incredible video. You won't have to worry about that crazy autofocus noise if you're manually focusing. But other than that, it's not what I would use. But it takes great pictures and great videos. Let me know in the comments below if you have one of these. Maybe you found a way around that crazy annoying searching autofocus noise. If so, make sure to leave a comment down below. If you loved the review, go ahead and give me a like. If you really loved it, go ahead and sub to the channel too for more content like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!